I believe an issue that is significant to all people in class, whether they all realize it or not, and something that actually I believe impacts an issue that impacts globally is actually the speech that Obama is about to give, which is his um, it's a very important speech. It's about it's the State of the Union, and he's going to talk about how he wants to raise taxes on the wealthy, and I believe that that is something that actually affects us all as Americans. Actually affects on a global level because many business owners and many uh, corporate corporate heads are actually American, and a lot of people will be affected by a decision that Obama is about to make in raising taxes on the wealthy. The speech is actually, according to BBS News, the speech is centralized of the U.S. political diary and may shape both Mr. Obama's legacy and 2006 in the 2016 election. So actually, this is something that uh, it's his legacy. It's his State of the Union, and it's his second um, time serving as our president. And I think it puts a lot of pressure on the president, being that his legacy um, will be viewed or will be tested in the speech, and a lot of people are expecting a lot from it. There's it. There's different opinions across different sources. Like here in Times Magazine, it says the proposal faces long odds in Republican controlled Congress because the Congress is controlled by the Republicans, and they actually don't believe on taxing or excessive taxing on the wealthy. And the President Obama, is a Democrat, which believes that being able to tax the wealthy in a will actually improve our economy. It is almost a sure thing that since those two don't agree, it will have a lot of they won't have a lot of odds of actually passing the bill and actually being able to excessively tax the wealthy or tax them more than they are right now, raise the taxes on the wealthy. And the point to taxing the wealthy more, Obama's reason to, according to actually CNN News, is to actually be able to finance cuts for middle class. He believes that by taxing the wealthy more, it'll actually be able to help the middle class. And but honestly, if you see things, I see things in that because the wealthy are actually the biggest investors and the biggest spenders, and because the things they buy and the people they invest in are people in the middle class, it is actually going to affect the middle class by taxing these people. These people are actually going to spend the money that they would be either investing in businesses or in ideas and products that are made by the middle class, or even in products and services that the middle class is actually trying to sell these wealthier people. Instead of spending their money on that, they're actually going to have to pay taxes to the government. So that's actually going to put the economy in a very it's actually going to worsen the economy, in my opinion, because by raising the taxes, actually wealthy people will be more concerned in what they spend, and in that by not spending is actually gonna affect our economy instead of helping it. So actually, according to BBC News again, another issue is that according to the U.S. officials who spoke on the condition of amenity, the plans include closing the loophole allowing the wealthiest Americans to pass on certain assets tax free, raising capital gains tax on the richest earns from 23.8% to 28%. So that's actually a big increase, so almost 5%, and new fees on U.S. financial firms with more than 50 billion or 33 billion pounds in assets. So, be actually something we don't think about is who really are the wealthy people. When I was actually applying to to go to school. I actually went to Dallas Baptist University before attending Wayland, and I was looking for scholarships or grants or something to be able to pay for my school because I needed help. But schools, at least, and many, even the government, they see a lot of the wealthy people are actually people that usually earn at least $100,000 a year, which in a sense, I guess, if you win a lot more than $100,000 a year, you are wealthy, considered wealthy, and it is correct. But like me, my father is actually a musician. He travels and in all his in all our assets or all our finance, we actually do. We are able to almost get to be wealthy, or which is the consideration of the government, obviously, in the schools. And by being wealthy, in a sense, it takes away the grants or the scholarships and stuff, which is actually a something that is, well, I have exactly, well, we as a family we make just enough to get by, but at the same time we are we don't get enough, or we don't get enough to pay for school, but we do make enough to where we can get scholarships or grants, which actually affects us a lot. So we're stuck in the middle of not being able to actually pay for school on our own finance, but also making just enough for the government not to help us. So in that sense, a lot of these speeches, they don't narrow it down. They just say general things like they're gonna tax the wealthy more. So people believe that wealthy people, everyone has their opinion on who they believe is the wealthy people, and I think something that is actually important to mention is, or actually important to note, and as a citizen of the United States, is being able to investigate who are the wealthy people, or who are these people talking about, who are they going to tax more, because you might not think it's going to affect you, or you might think they're going to tax maybe Donald Trump or someone like that, which they are, but they are also going to actually, it's also actually also going to affect you because you are considered wealthy in their eyes. um, but it is important to be concerned and actually follow up on these current events that will affect all of us as a whole. Not, maybe not even if you're not in the wealthiness. A lot of jobs and a lot of investments will be stopped because of the taxation on the wealthy, and will affect all of the classes.